Imagine stepping on a plane in Sydney and landing in London without a single stop. Sounds like science fiction. Airbus wants to make this a reality with its newest aircraft. The A350-1000AR jet, designed for flights lasting over 20 hours. If it works, it could change the game of long-haul aviation forever. Directly challenging Boeing's 777X, Airbus has confirmed that flight testing will begin in 2026, focusing on two main variants: the A350-1000ULR for passengers and the A350F freighter for cargo. Both come from the proven A350 family, but each targets a different market. The ULR is all about ultra-long, non-stop passenger flights, while the freighter meets the growing need for efficient, low-emission cargo transport. The idea behind the ULR is simple but revolutionary. Imagine boarding in Sydney and stepping off in London or New York without leaving your seat. Airbus is adding extra fuel capacity, upgrading Rolls-Royce Trent XWB engines for efficiency, and making cabin changes to ensure comfort during flights over 20 hours. We're talking more flexible seating, better air circulation, and noise reduction, all designed to make ultra-long journeys tolerable. But this isn't just about technology, it's about strategy. Airbus is stretching an existing platform rather than designing a new plane from scratch. That means faster delivery, proven reliability, and fewer certification headaches. Meanwhile, the A350F freighter addresses another pressing need: global cargo demand. With efficient low-emission design, it directly competes with aging Boeing 747 and 777 freighters, showing Airbus's dual approach to expanding its market. Through Project Sunrise, is driving demand for the ULR. Their goal: non-stop Sydney-London and Sydney-New York flights by 2027. Previous tests with standard A350s proved such missions were possible, but comfort and efficiency were limited. The ULR addresses that gap with more fuel, better engines, and improved cabin design. This isn't just about convenience. Airlines want prestige, premium passenger loyalty, and the ability to market the world's longest commercial flights. For passengers, the appeal is enormous. Skipping layovers in Singapore, Dubai, or Los Angeles saves hours, reduces stress, and increases comfort. Airbus believes modifying the A350 is faster and safer than creating a new aircraft. The standard A350 is already a benchmark for fuel efficiency, advanced cabin systems, and composite construction. By tweaking range, engines, and cabins, Airbus can enter the ultra-long-haul market with minimal risk. Flight testing in 2026 will be critical. It will measure how fuel systems, cabin adjustments, and engine tweaks perform under real-world conditions. If successful, Airbus will deliver the first A350-1000ULRs to Qantas in time for the 2027 launch, gaining a competitive edge over Boeing, whose 777X faces delays. Long-haul aviation has a history of evolution. The Boeing 747 defined intercontinental travel, moving passengers in bulk. Airbus tried a hub-focused approach with the A380, which relied on mega airports, but passenger behavior changed. Smaller twin-engine jets and point-to-point travel became more attractive. Now, the A350-1000ULR is the next step: real point-to-point service over enormous distances. This has huge strategic implications. Australia's geography means most long-haul flights require at least one stop. Non-stop routes simplify scheduling, reduce delays, and appeal to premium travelers who value time as much as comfort. For airlines like Qantas, this is a game-changer. Globally, competitors are watching closely. Asian carriers, Gulf Airlines, and other hubs are monitoring ultra-long-haul trends. If premium travelers prefer non-stop flights, hub-dependent carriers may need to adapt. The first airline to successfully offer these routes can dominate the narrative, capturing both market share and brand prestige. The ULR also redefines onboard experience. For Project Sunrise, the aircraft will have 238 seats instead of 325, redistributing space for premium and business cabins. Sliding privacy doors, wider seats, calf rests, and a wellness zone with stretching areas, guided exercises, and snacks are all designed to keep passengers healthy and comfortable on flights. Over 20 hours, airlines have learned that the psychological and physical benefits of non-stop flights are massive. Avoiding layovers, security checks, and waiting periods can make the trip feel much shorter. Cabin lighting, meal timing, and hydration are optimized for reducing jet lag. This is luxury reimagined. Health, rest, and comfort become the top priority, not just wide seats and fine dining. Meanwhile, Boeing's 777X is struggling with delays due to structural and production challenges. Airbus's proven A350 platform gives it a head start, allowing operators like Qantas to capture ultra-long-haul markets first. Non-stop flights over 20 hours aren't just about prestige, they reshape airline network strategy and customer loyalty. Airbus has already secured major orders. Riyadh Air, for example, committed $10 billion for 25 A350-1000. With options for 25 more, Starlux Airlines added 10 units for Pacific routes, with a backlog of over 1,400 A350 aircraft across variants. Airbus demonstrates production stability and reliability. By 2027, non-stop Sydney-London and Sydney-New York flights could be reality. The A350-1000EULR isn't just another aircraft, it could redefine long-haul travel, making 20-hour flights as routine as transatlantic flights today. Passengers will enjoy unprecedented comfort. Airlines will benefit from streamlined operations, and Airbus will solidify its leadership in ultra-long-haul aviation. The race is on. Timing, technology, and strategy will decide the winner. Airbus seems poised to take the lead, but the next decade will show whether this advantage becomes permanent, shaping the future of long-distance travel for years to come. But the story of the A350-1000ULR isn't just about technology, it's about timing, ambition, and the shifting priorities of modern travelers. Ultra-long-haul flights challenge not just engineering, but human endurance. Spending more than 20 hours in the air is no small feat, which is why Airbus and Qantas are rethinking the passenger experience from the ground up. Cabin design is at the heart of this transformation. The Wellness Zone, a completely new concept for commercial aviation, allows passengers to stand, stretch, and follow guided exercise routines. Snacks such as fresh fruit, nuts, and herbal teas are available to support hydration and reduce fatigue. These measures may seem small, but over the course of a 20-hour flight, they can transform a journey from grueling to manageable. Business and premium cabins are getting unprecedented attention. Sliding doors create private suites, while seat dimensions in premium economy ensure more legroom and comfort than many full-service competitors. It's a calculated trade-off. Fewer seats overall, but a superior experience that can attract high-yield passengers who value comfort and efficiency over ticket price. Project Sunrise's meticulous approach extends beyond seating. Flight crews will follow new fatigue management protocols to ensure safety, while meal and lighting schedules align with passengers' destination time zones to minimize jet lag. The airline has even studied how reducing stopovers impacts mental well-being. Avoiding multiple security checks, boarding processes, and layovers can save hours of cognitive stress, which adds up to a real benefit over the long duration of these flights. Meanwhile, the competition isn't standing still. Boeing's 777X promises cutting-edge technology, but delays in certification and structural issues have pushed its entry into service back multiple times. Cracked bulkheads, weight management concerns, and quality control problems with its 787 legacy have cast a shadow over Boeing's ultra-long-haul ambitions. Airbus, in contrast, can leverage proven systems, ensuring that the first ultra-long non-stop routes launch without the teething problems Boeing might face. For being first isn't just a branding exercise, it's a market-defining move. Securing the Sydney-London and Sydney-New York non-stop flights positions the airline as an innovator, locking in premium travelers before competitors can respond. These flights don't just offer convenience, they alter customer habits, creating loyalty that's difficult to break. Once passengers experience the comfort of a true non-stop flight, a stopover in Dubai, Singapore, or Los Angeles becomes a deterrent rather than a necessity. This shift has global implications. Gulf carriers, long dependent on hub transfers, may need to rethink their strategy. Asian airlines, too, watch closely as ultra-long non-stop flights become increasingly viable. Being able to fly directly between distant city pairs isn't just a technical achievement, it's a competitive tool that reshapes route planning, alliances, and premium travel strategies worldwide. Financially, Airbus's strategy is working. Massive orders from Riyadh Air and Starlux Airlines indicate confidence not just in the aircraft, but in the ultra-long-haul concept itself. Airlines are betting that passengers will pay a premium for direct flights over 20 hours, and Airbus's industrial capacity ensures that delivery schedules are reliable, a stark contrast to Boeing's ongoing production challenges. By 2027, we could witness a dramatic change in the landscape of long-haul aviation. Passengers stepping on in Sydney might arrive in London, New York, or even potentially Los Angeles without interruption. Cabin comfort, wellness zones, advanced seating, and careful scheduling of crew and services combine to make ultra-long-haul flights not just feasible, but desirable. The A35100ULR isn't just a plane, it's a symbol of how airlines are responding to changing travel priorities. Modern passengers value time and efficiency over sheer capacity. Ultra-long-haul flights allow airlines to meet this demand, offering a product that feels exclusive, premium, and modern. They also allow carriers like Qantas to compete on a global scale, creating a narrative of innovation and passenger-focused service that rivals cannot ignore. In parallel, Airbus is setting the stage for the next decade. By scaling the A350 platform into ultra-long-haul service, the company minimizes risk, maximizes efficiency, and ensures early market dominance. If the program stays on schedule, the first A35100ULR flights could redefine the way we think about intercontinental travel. For passengers, this could mean boarding in Sydney and arriving in London feeling refreshed rather than exhausted. For airlines, it's a strategic advantage that reshapes competition, loyalty, and the economics of long-haul routes. The ultimate question remains: can Airbus sustain this momentum? Will passengers embrace ultra-long non-stop flights as the new standard? And how will Boeing respond when the 777X finally enters service? The coming years will determine whether Airbus's gamble pays off, but for now, the world is watching as the A35100ULR prepares to take off literally and figuratively into the next chapter of aviation history. But the story of Airbus's A35100ULR goes beyond engineering. It's about ambition, timing, and the evolution of air travel itself. Ultra-long-haul flights challenge human limits as much as they do machines. Sitting in the air for more than 20 hours requires rethinking every element: fuel, engines, cabin comfort, crew management, and passenger wellness. Airbus and Qantas are tackling all of it. The cabin is no longer just rows of seats. The wellness zone, a new concept for commercial aviation, gives passengers space to stretch, exercise, and even meditate. Guided routines appear on monitors, fresh snacks and herbal teas are available, and lighting is programmed to mimic natural day-night cycles. Over a 20-hour flight, these measures make a dramatic difference in passenger comfort and mental well-being. Business and premium cabins are designed to feel more like private suites than airplane seats. Sliding doors, wider dimensions, calf rests, and better privacy redefine what passengers expect on ultra-long flights. Premium economy isn't ignored either. Wider seats, more legroom, and better spacing ensure that even non-business passengers can travel in relative comfort. Every design choice reflects a simple philosophy: on a 20-hour flight, comfort and wellness matter more than squeezing in extra seats. Qantas has also thought carefully about human biology. Mealtimes, hydration, and cabin lighting are all adjusted to align with the destination's time zone. This helps passengers arrive feeling rested, rather than jet-lagged. Crew scheduling and fatigue management protocols have been developed in collaboration with regulators to ensure safety on these unprecedented long-haul missions. Meanwhile, Boeing's 777X faces repeated delays. Structural issues, certification setbacks, and production problems have slowed its entry into service. Cracked bulkheads, weight management challenges, and ongoing investigations into 787 production quality continue to cast doubt. Airbus's approach, modifying a proven platform instead of starting from scratch, gives it a critical advantage. Timing may become the deciding factor in who dominates the ultra-long-haul market. Being first matters. For Qantas, launching the Sydney-London and Sydney-New York non-stop flights before any competitor is a strategic move. Capturing high-yield passengers early, shaping their expectations, and building brand loyalty creates a long-term advantage. Once travelers experience a true non-stop flight, traditional stopovers become an inconvenience rather than a necessity. Airlines that fail to match this service could struggle to reclaim premium customers. The ripple effects are global. Gulf carriers, long dependent on hub-and-spoke networks, may have to rethink route planning. Asian airlines, too, watch as ultra-long non-stop flights become feasible. These routes could alter alliance strategies, competitive dynamics, and even ticket pricing. Being able to fly directly between distant city pairs isn't just a technical feat, a competitive tool that redefines global aviation. Airbus's industrial strength also plays a role. Massive orders from Riyadh Air and Starlux Airlines signal confidence in both the aircraft and the ultra-long-haul concept. Airbus can maintain a steady production schedule, ensuring deliveries happen on time and edge over Boeing's delayed programs. A backlog of over 1,400 A350 aircraft demonstrates the manufacturer's capacity, reliability, and market trust. From a passenger perspective, ultra-long-haul flights are transformative. Boarding in Sydney and stepping off in London or New York without layovers saves hours, reduces stress, and offers unprecedented convenience. The wellness zones, sleep-focused suites, lighting systems, and exercise opportunities redefine luxury and comfort at 35,000 feet. Strategically, the A35100ULR could reshape long-haul travel for decades. Airlines gain flexibility in fleet planning, can target premium travelers, and can launch marketing campaigns centered on speed, convenience, and comfort. Non-stop flights change customer behavior and network planning, creating advantages that may last long after Boeing's 777X enters service. Looking forward, 2027 is the critical year. If Airbus delivers the first A350-10ULRs on schedule, Qantas could become the world leader in ultra-long-haul flights. Passenger expectations may shift permanently, premium loyalty could consolidate, and the ultra-long-haul concept might become the standard for intercontinental travel. Airlines that lag behind will need to adapt quickly or risk losing market share. In conclusion, the A350-10ULR isn't just an aircraft, it's a milestone in aviation history. By extending range, improving comfort, and redefining passenger experience, Airbus is setting new standards. For passengers, it means unprecedented convenience and luxury. For airlines, it's a strategic advantage. And for Boeing, it's a wake-up call. The ultra-long-haul race has begun, and being first could define the market for the next decade. The future of long-distance air travel is arriving sooner than you think, and when it does, stepping on a plane in Sydney and stepping off in London without a single stop will no longer be a dream, but reality. The skies are about to change forever. That strategy reduces financial risk while allowing Airbus to apply lessons learned. From one variant to the other, Qantas has been central in pushing Airbus to move forward. With the ULA through its Project Sunrise program, Qantas has made clear its goal of launching non-stop services from Sydney to both London and New York by 2027. Previous test flights using standard A350 aircraft proved that such missions are technically possible, but would strain comfort levels and operational margins. The A350-1000 addresses those gaps directly. For Qantas, this is about more than just convenience. Winning the prestige of offering the world's longest commercial flights is a branding tool, and it also helps capture premium passengers who would rather avoid layovers in hubs like Singapore Dubai, or Los Angeles. Airbus, for its part, is confident that modifying the A350 platform gives it a faster route to proving feasibility than starting from scratch. The standard A350 has already established a reputation for fuel efficiency, composite construction, and advanced cabin systems. By extending the range and making comfort adjustments, Airbus believes it can push into the ultra-long-haul market without the setbacks that often come from an all-new program. Flight testing in 2026 is set to validate these assumptions, checking how the upgraded fuel systems, cabin modifications, and engine refinements perform under real conditions. If successful, Airbus will be positioned to deliver the first A350-1000 LYR aircraft to customers like Qantas in time for Project Sunrise's 2027 launch target. This approach also places pressure on Boeing, whose 777X has been delayed several times and still faces certification challenges. By keeping development closely tied to the proven A350 family, Airbus is signaling that it can reach the market sooner with fewer risks. For airlines planning future fleets, that timing could make the difference between betting on Airbus or waiting for Boeing. The role of the A350-1000ULR becomes clear when seen in the broader history of long-haul flying. Decades ago, the Boeing 747 defined what intercontinental travel looked like. It allowed airlines to move large groups of passengers across oceans, linking North America, Europe, and Asia in ways that were not possible before. Later, Airbus tried to change the model with the A380, betting that hub-to-hub travel would dominate. That strategy relied on passengers connecting through mega-hubs such as Heathrow, Dubai, and Singapore, using very large aircraft to move people in bulk. The A380 did not achieve the success Airbus expected, as passenger demand shifted toward more flexible connections and smaller twin-engine jets. Now the A350-1000UL represents the next stage. It aims to make true point-to-point flying possible across continents, cutting out layovers entirely and enabling non-stop services between distant cities like Sydney and New York. For airlines like Qantas, this capability is more than just an upgrade in convenience. Australia's geography means that most long-haul flights require at least one stop, either in Asia or the Middle East, to refuel and swap crews. Non-stop flights avoid those complications.